With the news that Minnesota, like other states across the nation, are now engaging in book bans because they feel empowered to, at least people are fighting back. I thought that I would share a little bit of wisdom from one of my favorite authors to help us through these dark times. In 1973, a small school in North or South Dakota decided to burn Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut because they saw it as explicit and vulgar. They took all 32 copies of the book and burned it in an actual incinerator. And so when Mr. Vonnegut, he patron saint of librarians across the nation, decided to write a letter, it became instantly famous and as memorable as anything else he's written. So let's take a quick look at it. The letter reads in part, "If you were to bother to read my books, to behave as educated persons would, you would learn that they are not sexy and do not argue in favor of wildness of any kind. They beg that people be kinder and more responsible than they often are." What a lot of the books on these so-called banned lists have in common is that they're trying to teach people empathy. How to walk a mile in someone else's shoes, as Atticus Finch so deftly put in To Kill a Mockingbird. And I think that it's obvious to me that the people who are trying to get books pulled from shelves are learning the wrong lessons from a lot of them. And I think parents should have a role in what their children read, but I think that ideas are not scary. I read plenty growing up. Some stuff that I probably read before my time. I read Stephen King and everything else, but what I learned was how the world works and how different ideas work and whether or not I agree with them. Because the mistake that a lot of parents make is that they think that because an author says something, that the child reading it has to agree with it or immediately adopt it as their own philosophy, and that's just not the truth. So I hope that Mr. Vonnegut's words help you through what is surely going to be a dark time until it gets better. But the fight is always on, and so on.